So let's see. Final day. Someone is here. Hello. Hello, Angelica. How are you today? You're first here, so I'll be happy if you can confirm once again that you can hear me and see me. That's always a great thing. Hi, it said Ahmed 1, but I think it's Life. Nice. Maybe. If I have it, might be completely wrong. Let me change this. There you go. So final day. I hope you feel something. That you feel something somewhere in your body, in your mind after these 5 days of daily yoga, and that it's a positive feeling, of course. Hi, Annie. Nice. And well, I have another minute. I usually use this first little minute to introduce myself, but most of you have been here before. But my name is Emily, and I am a Swedish yoga teacher, and I run this studio where I am right now, and I also have a lot of stuff going on online. And that is one of the reasons that I'm doing this 5 days of yoga, that it's a part of my marketing sequence for my program that is called the Modern Yogi Master Program, which is starting on Sunday. And after this is Annie might be actually signed up for the webinar and yoga class, because this final day I've decided to go both for first we're going to do the short yoga class that is the number 5 of my 5 days of yoga, and then after that I'm going to just move straight into my webinar 5 steps to change your life with yoga. There's a lot of 5s going on. And there I will share my 5 steps of my tips and tricks on how you can make yoga a daily part of your life, with creating a goal, a routine, some tips and tricks how to get more out of your practice and really connect your movement to your breath. So if you have the time today, you are of course more than welcome. I would be happy for you to stay and listen to that. And let's see, it's hi Joanna, final day. And so it's 1 past already, so let's just hop onto our mat and see where that takes us. Today we're gonna start seated today. So just find any comfortable seat that suits you at this moment, maybe somewhere in the cross-legged kind of seating, and just relax it down, close down your eyes. You can let your hands rest on your knees or anywhere that you find comfortable. And then just straight away start to notice how it feels in your body today. Feel the weight of your body. Feel the weight of your hands on your knees. And let's just today start with one really deep breath in through the nose, and let this breath move all the way down, expanding your belly, then up to your chest, underneath your collarbones. So let's take this one deep breath together in, and then sigh out through your mouth. And let this out breath just lower your shoulders down. One more like that. Deep inhale. And sigh it out. And then seal your lips and continue breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. And see if you can let your inhales allow you to sit even taller. Firmly pressing your sitting bones down towards the mat and lifting the crown of your head up towards the ceiling, the sky, wherever you are, inside, outside. And then as you exhale, start to engage your lower core. Firmly draw your navel up and back towards the spine, pressing the air out. One more deep breath here. And if you want to set an intention for this class, maybe one of presence, to allow yourself to be extra present during these 20 minutes that we have together on the mat today, or maybe one of gratitude, or maybe a more physical intention. Just feel that intention in your mind right now. And then let the next inhale, open your eyes and sweep your arms all the way up. See that your palms are touching and really stretch your palms, your fingertips up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, drop your right fingertips down and let the exhale lean you over to the right. The inhale opens your chest and let your gaze follow up towards the ceiling, and exhale, find a little bit more length and keep that left arm active. Don't let it just hang there, but really find length through that arm and find a grounding feeling down through your left hip. Inhale it back to center, gaze up, palms touch. Exhale, left fingertips down, leaning over to the left. Inhale to lift the chest, and exhale for even more length, really stretching tall out through that right hand and arm. Once more, each side, inhale it up, gaze up, exhale, lean over. And see if you can find the core engagement here as well. So really find that you're crunching in through your right side body and really opening your left side. Once more, inhale to center, palms touch, exhale it over to the left. Inhale to open, stay, exhale. Inhale all the way to center, palms meet, and then hands in front of the heart, lean forward and come to all fours. As always, hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. Spread your fingers wide and let your next inhale sweep your right arm forward, then turn your palm away from the body and start to circle the right arm up. And as you do it, at the same time, you start to arch your back. Maybe you can follow your hand with the gaze. And then as the hand starts to descend, then you start to round in for a little cat variation. Arms start circling up, palm away from the body, gaze up, and then circle it down. Rounding. Inhale, circle up, really work into the shoulder as well into the spine. Exhale, round. Once more, big circle. Inhale, and then exhale to round. Plant your right palm, left side, left arm forward, palm away from the body, starts to circle and arch. Ooh, this side is tighter for me. Exhale, rounding in. So we want to notice the difference and the imbalances that you have in your body. Even though I'm right-handed, this left shoulder is always tighter. Round in and press the mat away. Inhale, circle it up, arch, exhale, round. Last one. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, round in. Plant your left palm, tuck your toes, squeeze the navel to the spine. Inhale, and then exhale, press the mat away and lift your hips to downward facing dog. Make sure that you have enough space between your hands and your feet. Then start to pedal out your legs, just bending one knee at a time. Maybe shifting the weight forward to really get more of a calf stretch if that feels good for you. And then lower both heels down towards the mat. If they don't reach the mat, it doesn't matter, but make sure that you try to press the mat away through your fingertips. See if you can widen between your shoulders and like wrap your triceps down towards the mat. Gaze down towards your knees and then inhale, lift both heels up towards the ceiling, really engage through your legs, and then exhale, drop both heels to the right. Bend into your knees, stick the butt out to the right and turn down to your left fingertips and see if you can really Find so much length through that left side. Kind of squeezes the air out of my lungs. Keep the core engaged. Next inhale brings you back to center, palms down, come high up onto your toes. And then exhale, drop your heels to the left. Come to the right fingertips, stick the butt out to the left. Sink down towards your heels. See what that does for your side stretch. Nice. Inhale it back to center, high up onto your heels. Exhale, sink your heels down. Inhale, come to your toes, gaze in between your hands, and bend your knees deeply. From here, jump, step, float, fly into a handstand, however you want to make it, to the top of the mat. Land your feet hip width, bend deep into your knees, and then place your hands underneath your feet with your palms facing up, and bring your toes all the way into that crease where your hand becomes the wrist. Just drop your head down, crown of the head down towards the mat, wiggle it out, shake out your head. Really see that you bend your knees enough so your entire upper body has contact with your thighs. And then maybe start to straighten into one leg at a time, finding more length in your hamstrings, leaning into your toes as much as you dare. And then release your hands from underneath your feet. Engage your core, press firmly down through your feet, and then sweep your arms all the way forward, sinking deep down into chair pose. See that you can see just a tiny bit of your toes in front of your knees. Lower your shoulder blades down, squeeze your core, tuck your tail slightly. Beautiful. Inhale, find length through your arms, and as you exhale, just circle your arms down and straighten your legs and bring your arms all the way up and over. Inhale, lay back to chair. Exhale, circle down. Inhale it to sweep up. Exhale, circle it down. Next, inhale, sweep up and bring all your weight into your right foot. Lift the left foot, flex the left foot, and then place your left ankle onto your right thigh. Press your left knee out to the side, hands in front of your heart, sinking deep into the hip. Inhale, create length through your spine, engage your core. Exhale, sink even deeper. Challenge yourself. Inhale, arms sweep up, left knee in towards the chest, and as you exhale, bring your left foot out to the right. I'm going to show it from the side. So bring your left foot to the right. Right hand grabs your left ankle, wrist rather. Inhale, find length, and as you exhale, lean over to the right, gazing up underneath your left armpit. Next inhale brings you all the way back to center, arms up, left knee in towards the chest. Exhale, hands in front of the heart, finding warrior three. Flex your left foot. One deep inhale here for length and stability. In your warrior three, see that the left glute is engaged. And then exhale, slowly release your left toes down. Arm sweep up, high lunge, sink deep, exhale. Next inhale, open it up to warrior two, to the side. Lower the left heel, sinking deep into your right knee. Lower your shoulders down and stay. One more deep breath. Maybe gazing down to see that your right knee is not falling in towards the center, but pressing out to the pinky toe edge. Next, inhale, straighten your right leg, sweep your right arm all the way up and over for a reverse triangle. And then as you exhale, deepen it, sink deep, really engage your core, press your hips forward. Inhale, even more length out through your right fingertips. And then with the exhale, legs stay the same, windmill the arms all the way to triangle pose. Inhale and see if you can gaze up towards your left fingers with your right eye. Stay for the exhale. Tuck your tail. Next inhale brings you up and over. Next exhale folds you back to triangle. Deep core engagement. Really keep your core super stable. Sweep it up. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Inhale. Lift it up. Exhale. Down. Once more. All the way up. Reverse your triangle. And then as you exhale, bend your right knee. Plant the palms. Turn all your toes to the top of the mat. Sink your hips and come to your fingertips to create a little bit more space for your chest. Inhale, stay for the exhale. Move your fingertips slightly in front of your right foot. Lean all your weight into the right foot and spring to the top. Halfway lift, lift your left leg, finding leg. And then as you exhale, folding over your right leg into a standing split. Inhale, once more, lift halfway. And exhale to fold and stay. Working into your standing splits. You can use, you're allowed to open the hip if you feel like that. Maybe pointing your toes. Or you can keep your hips square, turning your toes down towards the mat, whatever suits you today. Next, inhale, fingertips down, lift halfway. And then with the exhale, draw your left knee in towards the nose, round the spine. Inhale, sweep it all the way back, halfway. Exhale, rounding in, but this time, see if you can step all the way through, coming all the way down into seated, lifting your right hand and bringing your right hand to the outside of your left foot. Left arm sweeps back. Come to your toes. So let your right toes become a little stand here. So finding a deep twist. Engage your core deeply. See if you can move your gaze over towards your left hand. Maybe you can lift your left foot up to meet, or actually your right foot rather, up to meet the left. Stay. Inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, lowers the right foot down if it wasn't already, and then place your right shin like just down towards the mat and see if you can swing your left leg all the way back into pigeon. Roll that left hip down, look back and see how much length you can create through your left leg. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale to fold. Inhale to roll it up, lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and keep your core engaged, and exhale, lower it down. Once more, all the way up, and all the way down. And stay down, find whatever position works for you, and see how you can use your breath to find any area there where you hold tension in your hip, or maybe in your left hip flexor. Next inhale brings you back up, plant your palms, tuck your left toes, make yourself ready to press the mat away, round the spine, bring your right knee in towards the chest, and then lower it halfway down, almost all the way down to the mat, and then lift it back up. Come down, press it back up, exhale. Down, and exhale it back up. Two more down. Come as high as you can onto your left toes, down, press it back up. From here, gently step your right foot back. We're gonna do, as we did yesterday, that little fun side flow in from high plank. So heels to the left, bend deep into your knees and sweep your right arm down and make a big circle. Bring it all the way forward, heels to the right, circle your left arm. Once more each side. Big circle with the right arm, heels to the right, big circle with the left arm. And stay high plank. Let's stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift the weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga, knees down or not, whatever suits you. Untuck your toes and inhale for upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. That was one side, we've got one more side to go. So inhale, come to your toes, gaze in between your hands, bend the knees, come to the top, and then straight away into your chair pose. Inhale to sweep your arms up, Sinking your hips down with the exhale. One more inhale for length, tucking the tail, and then exhale, straighten the legs, arms sweep up and over. Inhale, back to chair. Exhale, sweep the arms. Two more, inhale to chair. Exhale. Next time, all weight into your left foot, right foot up, flex the foot. Figure four, right ankle onto your left thigh, palms meet, sink your hips. One inhale, length along the spine. Exhale, challenging yourself with depth in your left leg. Inhale, arms up, right knee to chest. Exhale, right leg behind you. Left hand grabs your right ankle. One inhale for length, and then exhale, drop it over to the left. Lift your gaze underneath your right armpit. Stay, exhale. Inhale, back to center, right knee to chest, arms up. Exhale, hands in front of your heart, sweep the right leg back, warrior three. One deep inhale, and then exhale, slowly release your right toes to the back. Inhale for high lunge. Exhale, sinking deep into your hips. Inhale, open it up, warrior two. Adjust your stance. If it was too small, tuck your tail, check your front knee, lower your shoulders, really finding length between your fingertips. And then as you inhale, straighten your left leg, left arm sweeps up and over, reverse triangle. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, finding even more depth. Find as much length as you can from the left heel to the left fingertips. And then exhale, use your core when you will mill the arms all the way into triangle pose. One deep breath here. Inhale, stay for the exhale. Inhale brings you up, reverse triangle. Exhale, sweeps it all the way back to triangle pose. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, triangle. Make it slow, make it controlled, triangle. Last one, to reverse. And then the next time, bending into your left knee, fingertips down, all toes to the top. Sink your hips, lift the gaze, inhale. And exhale, fingertips in front. Spring into your standing split rather. Halfway lift, inhale. And then exhale to fold. Maybe lifting your foot even higher. If you do, engage your right glute, really feel the lift through your entire right leg. Exhale, deepen it down. Fingertips down, inhale, lift halfway, flex the foot, exhale, rounding in, right knee to nose. Press the mat way through your left foot. Inhale it back, halfway, exhale, round in, and this time all the way through, sinking it down with control. Left hand grabs the outside of your right foot. Sit tall, really lift the chest, engage the core, and let your right arm sweep to the back of the mat. Maybe you can gaze over towards your right hand. Drop your left toes, challenge your balance. Maybe lift your left foot up. Breathe into it, relax your face, relax your jaw. One more inhale. And then exhale, release your left shin to the mat. Swing your right foot, your right leg rather, all the way back. Gaze back and see the length through your right leg. Inhale to fingertips and lift the chest. Exhale, folding down, pigeon prep. Inhale, rolling it up. Engage your backside and exhale, fold. Once more, roll it up. And now exhale it down and stay in whatever place you find comfortable in your fold and when you're folding in your pigeon. Maybe it is down to your forearms, maybe it's to your palms. Just work on wherever you are at today. This is always your practice. Whatever I am doing here on the mat is only always a guide. It is always you, and you listen to your body. This is your time on the mat. Wherever you are, let the next inhale bring you back up. Tuck your back toes, plant the palms. Inhale, and then exhale, press the mat away. Round the spine, bring that left knee in towards the chest. Drop it almost all the way down. Inhale, exhale, knee to chest. Inhale, drop it down. Exhale, round, press the mat away. Down, and exhale. Down, inhale, last one. Exhale. Stay, and then slowly drop your left foot to the back. Stay in high plank, finding that pressing action, the tuck of the tail, the activation through the legs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heels to the right, circle the left arm, big circle. Heels to the left, circle the right arm. Heels to the right, sit down towards your heel, circle it out. And big circle, last one, right side. Shift the weight forward, inhale, chaturanga, halfway down, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale, lift the chest, engage your legs, and exhale to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll it forward into high plank. Exhale, drop your knees and bring your legs to the front. Soles of the feet to the mat, lift the chest. Lift your arms, inhale and exhale. Roll all the way down and bring your knees in towards your armpits. Rub hold of the outside of your feet and just gently rock from side to side. Close down your eyes. See that this happy baby pose gently massages your spine. Well done today, and well done all of these 5 days that we've been sharing together. And just bring your knees together, squeeze them in, give yourself a hug. And then grab hold of the backs of your thighs. Do a couple of rolls. You know I love the rolls. Massaging your spine. And then just make it all the way up to where we started, into a seated position. Hands in front of the heart. Thank yourself for this investment that you did in yourself today, in your strength, in mobility, flexibility, in presence on the mat. Thank you so much. And I will move forward. Good to see you all, everybody who's here. Oh, so it's so nice when you come back from a little yoga practice. So, as I said, today is a longer version, where I am going to do the full webinar of my 5 steps to change your life with yoga. So I'm just gonna move straight into that now, and I'm gonna share the screen as per you usually know about this. So when I share my screen now, let's see if I find the right, this one. I would be so happy if you can just confirm that you see my screen, because it has happened before that I share my screen, all looks perfect here, and then it is not shared. Good, thank you, Anna. I will miss them too, actually. It's been so much fun to just hang out and do some live classes every day. Great work today, and great work all of these days. It's been a fantastic 5 days. So in this webinar, I will share how to set a clear goal for your practice, how to create a routine that you will actually stick to, how to step on the mat even during those days when it really feels that you have no energy and it feels super hard, and how to get more out of your yoga practice, and also how to connect your breath to your movement. Quick and easy. I know it's it might be a super busy day for you, so I'm just gonna work through it quite quickly. So my first tip, if you want to use yoga as a tool to change your life, to get more healthy, to get stronger, and to create a tool that you can use to stay healthy and stay strong and flexible and mobile for the rest of your life, and also get the more mental benefits, my first step to start this journey is to set a clear goal for yourself. And why is that? Why do I suggest you set a goal? because a goal gives you focus, something that is there in the distance that you're working towards, a focus point. A goal is also a great way to help you to measure progress, because we all know what happens, when you notice progress in your practice or in any areas of life, it really makes you happy. And when you have a goal, it's easy to measure that you have done progress. A goal also helps you stay motivated during those days when you feel like, oh, I can't really do it today. It's too much. I am too tired. And but if you have set the goal that you're going to do something, then it's so much easier to actually stick with it. So just looking at how you can set a good goal for yourself, I always encourage people to use the SMART goal rule, which is very clever. So SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. And specific is what you're going to do. So if you look at my example here, starting May 23rd, I'm going to practice yoga 20 minutes every day for 60 days to become fit, flexible, and confident to fill in the blank. So specific is what you're going to do. That is, I'm going to practice yoga 20 minutes every day for 60 days. Very specific. Measurable, it includes some time and dates to measure your degree of success. So in this, it's going to be, you're going to do it for 60 days, and then it's very easy to know if you have done it or not. Attainable, don't set a goal that is impossible to reach, that will only like demoralize you and make you feel useless, but also stay away from setting a goal that is too easy, because then it's not going to be a challenge for you. So you have to find that fine line between setting a goal that is a little bit challenging, but still you can reach it. So that is the perfect, and this one is a typical, I mean, it is just a time set goal that you should do something every day. Also, the goal should be relevant. And in this example, the relevance is become fit and flexible and confident to fill in the blank. It could be to feel confident enough to ask for a raise, to quit my job, to get that job that I want to, or anything else, something that is maybe not related to your actual yoga practice, but to in your other parts of life, your family, your work, whatever. And the goal should be time bound. You need to set a deadline. And then when you do that, you know when you reach the goal. Super clear. And it actually says 4 here. It should be 2. My second tip is, I moved them around a little bit to make it a bit more efficient for you to look at. So my second tip is to learn how to stick to a routine. Because if there is anything that I want you to take away from 5 steps to change your life with yoga, it is the biggest step of them all is to practice consistently, to do a little bit of yoga every day. Maybe you don't need to do that for the rest of your life, but I promise you, when you start to do that, then eventually you want to do, it becomes a part of your daily routine, and it really makes you feel, you know that it makes you feel amazing. And when you miss it, you are going to miss it. You just long to get on the mat again. And I just experienced that happens to pretty much everybody that practice with me and start to practice consistently. So, but in order to do that, you have to make yoga a routine. And before it is a routine, there are some nice tips that you can have a look at. So it's the 3 R's. And the first R is the reminder. Because even if you say to yourself you're going to stick to a routine, it's easy. All of a sudden something happens, and then afterwards you wonder, how could I forget? I just told myself I was going to do it, but all of a sudden you've forgotten you were in that routine. I think we can all relate to that. And the reminder is something that should remind you to stick to the routine. And the first type of reminder is to attach the reminder to a physical object. So for example, if you say you're going to do yoga every day for 60 days, bring out the mat, keep it inside. Maybe you can keep it rolled out. If you can't keep it rolled out, keep it rolled up, but where you can see it. Don't stick it in the cupboard. Or keep it in the couch. If you like most of the time you end up on the couch, keep your mat in the couch to as a friendly reminder that you have a yoga thing going on. And the second kind of reminder is the community supported reminder. If you're part of a community where a lot of the other participants or in that community are working roughly towards the same goal as you, then that is a great way. You see someone doing something and you get really like, okay, he or she did it today, I'm also going to do it, even if you at the beginning felt like you were not. So I really find that community supported reminder is super efficient. And it's worked for me so many times, for example, in Instagram, for different kinds of ways using Instagram for that. And the second part is the routine, the actual action. And when it comes to this part, it's really important to have a clear schedule, a clear path to follow. Because if you tell yourself you're going to do yoga for 60 days, but you have no clear schedule, what's going to happen is you're going to end up on Googling or searching on YouTube for yoga every day. And then maybe you find, the first 3 times you're not going to find what you liked, and you're going to start doing the class and you're going to quit halfway through because you don't like this or that and it was not what you were looking for. I think we all know that. So and then maybe you find one and you start to, I'm going to do this forever, and then you realize after 10 days that you don't want to do that one class forever. So what you need is a super clear path. When I did this kind of journey, when I started my yoga routine, I invested in a lot of programs that took me from A to B, or that had a clear practice calendar. So I knew exactly what to do every day. So that is what you need to do with the actual routine. You have to have a clear schedule, otherwise it's going to be super hard to do it. And the third, the R, is the reward. So since this is something that you've said to yourself, you should create a reward for yourself. And you should make that reward be something that you really, really want to have. So if it is a piece of chocolate, let it be that. Or if it's a glass of wine, or is it a massage or a haircut, just make sure that reward is something that you really, really want, and decide on the reward before, so you actually have something to work for. So of course you can reward yourself after, but it's even better if you decide that when I have accomplished this, I am going to allow myself to have like a day spa or something. Now, here was actually the right digit, at least. My third step is some tips around how you can step onto the mat even the days when you are totally out of energy. Because if you look at this image, this is my practice, I would say almost all of the days from, late September to late April. It's dark. Usually I get to practice in the evening after I put my kids to bed. It's dark. It feels like in the middle of the night. I'm super tired. I've already been half asleep while putting the kids to bed, and I had to get up and step onto the mat and roll it out. So how can you do that? I know it's a tough one. It really takes discipline. So the first one is what I just spoke about. Have the clear goal and have the routine and know what to do every day. That makes it so much easier. And then get an outfit that you love. Get some nice yoga clothes or whatever type of clothes that you prefer to do yoga, but make sure that they make you feel beautiful and that you like wearing them. So don't just use your old baggy, washed out, what do you call them? Tracksuit bottoms in English, at least, if you don't feel absolutely beautiful in them. Then what I always do is that I put on my clothes and then I tell myself I am only going to do a little bit of stretching, because you're tired and you're like, I'm not going to be bothered with any core work today. I'm not going to do any planks. And then I just step onto the mat and I start to do a little bit of stretching, these soft movements and twists and all of that. And then all of a sudden I realize I'm already on the mat. I'm a bit warm, I've been moving, and then you kind of quickly wake up. So then it's just to put on that daily class that you have in your schedule and you do it. Also have an inspiring and supportive community. as I said before, that is super important and it works so well. If you have someone that cheers you forward, for example, if you have a closed Facebook group and if you post, I have done this practice today, and people are just instantly saying, well done, you're amazing, fantastic. That will totally, we are all such simple brains, and that, I promise you, that feedback will make you step onto your mat the next day again, because everybody likes, it is just as simple as that humans, we are wired like that. When we get that kind of positive feedback, it turns something on in our brains, and we return to get that over and over again. And my last tip is to use the 5-second rule, which is one of my favorite rules. It's created or invented by an amazing woman called Mel Robbins, and it's super simple, and it's designed to take you out of a loop of thoughts and a feeling, and help you to take action. So imagine this, that you have just put your kids to bed, or you have crashed on the couch after a long days of work, and you are overwhelmed by exhaustion. You're like, and the feeling is that I cannot do any yoga today. I just can't step on the mat. But then that is the feeling, and you cannot stop yourself. You cannot control your feelings. Just feel what you feel. But what you do after you felt the feeling, that is up to you. So what you do then is you count backwards from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you take action. Then you decide what you're going to do. For me, it works every time. I can use it for so many times. For so many things. I used to use it to get on my mat, but now I pretty much do that all the time. But now I can use it for keeping a good tone of voice towards my kids, for example. If I get a feeling that I get really angry with them, or they upset me in some way, I get the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I take action to keep a calm voice and keep a friendly tone towards them. Super effective. If you just Google her and check it out, she's super inspiring. So let's just look at, now we're at step 4, yay, and how to get more out of your yoga practice, because there are some tricks to really get the more benefits out of your physical yoga practice. And sometimes they are not super clearly communicated if you just go to a regular yoga class, because there is not the time to do that. So, as I said, if you want to take one thing away from this little webinar, make sure it's consistency. Practice with consistency. Set a goal and do yoga every day for at least 50 or 60 days. When we're here, I can tell you when I started, or I will maybe tell you later, but I decided to do yoga for 300 days during 1 year. And it took me about 50 days. Then it was a routine. Then it was just something that I did without thinking. And I did the same thing a couple of years later. I did the exact same thing with meditation, because I thought it worked that well with yoga. I'm still doing yoga every day. So I'm going to do the same thing with meditation. I'm going to set a goal. I'm going to do meditation every day. I'm going to stick to it. And I did. And I have not stopped till that day. I am at day 870 or 70 something today. And at the same time, it took 50 days. Then it was a routine. Yep, consistency. Now, that's what my first physical tip is. The second physical tips is to activate your core first. I know in a lot of traditional workouts, you actually do the core work last. Most of the time, I actually do core work first, because then you activate your core in the beginning, because there is something with, you need to wake up your muscles every time, because there are some core muscles that you're not using 100% all the time, but you need to use them in your yoga practice to really get the best out of your practice. So I will activate your core first, because then that connection, your mind muscle, brain muscle connection has begun, and then you will keep that during the entire practice, and you will get so much more out of your practice because you got the core with you all the time. Oops, there was a movie. Yes, sorry, I forgot. So here it is. Some nice core. absolute favorite core exercises, the dolphin walks. If you want to have a strong core, you can do this after we've finished. Here's also a movie. Let's look at that. The second one is to use slow and graceful movements and to use the transitions. In Vinyasa flow, the transitions are equally important to the actual pose. And I always encourage all my students to work super slow, not just swing your leg up, not just swing your leg in, but use the entire breath for that entire movement. It makes all the difference, because when you do that, you need to keep both your mind and your muscles activated through that entire movement. There is no pause, there is no place where you have the possibility or the risk of any other thoughts coming in, of your leg just hanging in space without activation. You need to be super active throughout your entire body, through your smallest muscles they didn't even know you had, all the way through the entire transitions, through the poses, whatever pulsations we do. So that is super important. So use the transitions and put them at the same level of priority as the actual pose, because they deserve to be there. They are equally important, maybe more important. Sometimes when I practice transitions more than actual poses, because I really love transitions. They just have so much magic in them. They have like dynamic movements, and they can be super hard, and they never stop. You can do so much. They are like an eternal pool of things to explore. So number 5 is how you can connect your movement to your breath. And I'm moving back because Vinyasa flow is a breath initiated practice, but it can be hard to really find that movement to breath connection. And I'm just going to share one simple trick to do that, and that is the next time you start, for example, to sweep your arms up, like you do, like let's pretend we're doing sun salutation and you sweep your arms up. You let the movement begin. No, you let the breath begin just a tiny bit before, like a millisecond before you start to move your arms. Because then you're leading with your breath. When you start to breathe in, and then you have decided that your arms, that's sweeping motion, that is going to take the entire breath. And then when you're at the top of your breath, that's when your palms meet. And then you start to breathing out, and then a millisecond after, then you start to lower your hands in front of your heart. And when your palms reach in front of your chest, that's when you're at the bottom of your breath. So when you apply that, imagine doing the opposite. That would mean that you start your movement and then you start breathing, then you're leading with your movement. And then if your movement is very quick, it's going to be very short and very hard to get that long, deep, and strong inhales and exhales. So super simple tip, start your breath a millisecond before you start to move. And that goes for raising your legs, for bringing your knee in towards the chest. Every movement, you start with the breath, and then you let the breath lead the movement. So all of this leads up to the Modern Yogi Master Program. That is what I have created. And I will tell you shortly why I did this. This is my journey. How did I get here? This is not where I started. I did not start in a handstand scorpion at all. I was never a gymnast. I was never a dancer. I started my yoga journey when I was 38, I think. And I could not handstand. I could cartwheel, but I had no back bending possibilities whatsoever. How I did this was that I did all the stuff that I talked about. I set a clear goal. I had a clear path, the schedule, created the routine. practice consistently. I understood the importance of consistent practice. I had the community and I had good instructors and guides. But I did not start here. I started here. I had 2 small children. I was working full time as a designer. I was constantly feeling tired. I was just crashing on the couch every evening. And I was always feeling that there wasn't enough of me. And I was always failing to be present with myself and present with my family. And I had no time for self-care or no energy for anything really. I was just exhausted. And sometime in 2015, I decided I was going to pull myself together. I had been doing a lot of yoga before, but not a lot, but I had yoga as a complement to other workouts since 1999, and I had been working as a body balance teacher. But in 2015, I decided to pull myself together, and I found this image on Pinterest. I was browsing some workout inspiration, and I was completely blown away. I had never seen anything like this. I thought this was circus. I did not know this could be yoga. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to do that. First thought, of course. And I didn't know that Vinyasa flow existed. So what I did was I got online actually with my husband, and we started to do a yoga challenge. I realized that Vinyasa flow was what I had been looking for my entire life. I just immediately loved the way that you move in Vinyasa flow. It was strength, it was flexibility, it was a mental practice, it was these parts of acrobatics. There was handstands that you could learn. I was completely feeling like I found this is what I'm going to do. But of course, was it possible? Yes, it was. As you saw it, with a lot of consistent practice, what I did was I started to do strong Vinyasa flows in my living room. And of course, I did a lot of handstand drills, a lot of core work and flexibility drills. I practiced pretty much everything. But the most important thing is that I practiced strong Vinyasa flows every day. And that really I realized that it built a completely different kind of strength than what I had experienced before when I was doing gym works and other strength work. A completely new way of being flexible, because I suddenly had like a flexibility that was connected to strength, not just to stretching. And that was it was some kind of magic. I had super strong muscles, but they were also super strong. And people came, like I had students when I started to have my studio and I was a teacher, I had students coming and saying like, you're like a rubber person, you're like super strong, but you're like really bendy. And that is exactly the experience that I had myself. And I have never experienced that with any other workout. So what did I get besides a super strong and flexible body? I got confidence off and on the mat, because yoga doesn't just build confidence on the mat. That confidence also transforms to being outside the mat. And when I started to go towards a handstand, for example, and I started to feel any kind of progress on my yoga mat, it was a different kind of feeling than putting on another weight onto the body pump bar. It's like, oh my God, how did I manage to do this? It was like, I just could do things that I never ever thought I could do. And I also found a lot of peace and of mind and harmony in my life. And I experienced to be a better mom and a better wife, a better coworker. I am more grateful for my life because yoga brings this kind of more spiritual and grounding feeling. And then you start to practice gratitude in a different way. I'm so much more aware of the world around me than I was before. And I have yoga as a perfect tool to keep sane and to keep healthy throughout my life. So I want you to have this too. That is the main reason that I created this program. The Modern Yogi Master Program is an 8-week yoga program. So what you get is that you get a daily practice. Every day you get to do pretty much the kind of flows that we have done today. 20 minutes, some days are going to be a little bit longer. And you're going to do those 6 days a week. The 7th day is your rest day, and that's when you get to do a yoga nidra or a guided meditation, because I'm also very fond of the meditations and I love yoga nidras, and I love to bring in that little bit more mindful and spiritual part of the yoga, not just the physicals. And you get a weekly workshop. And now with a group that is already in this program, we have decided, or I think we are kind of agreeing on that the first workshops are going to be more general. I'm going to talk a little bit, we're going to do all the goal setting and all of that. And then I'm going to talk about transitions and some backbend stuff and a little bit of that. And then for the rest of maybe the last 4 to 5 weeks, I think we're going to start to work towards a handstand. So that doesn't mean that you need to handstand at the end of or even have to be, you can do headstand or whatever you want, but it's going to be a great way to start a handstand journey if that is something that you're up to. And handstand journeys might be a little bit scary because a lot of people have fear for being upside down, fear of falling, but I will assure you that overcoming that fear is going to make you grow so much as a person. It is something magic with being upside down that it just creates and builds so much confidence and excitement. You get like adrenaline, and when it's hard to explain, but when you start working towards that, you're going to experience great shifts, not just in your physical body, because also it's going to make you so much stronger. Handstand is like the full body engagement thing you can do, but it also is going to make you grow in so many areas. I've done handstand workshops, and I have a lot of handstand private clients, and the glow and the happiness I see in their eyes when they get progress, they come and they say, my confidence just grew like 100%. And since I'm very fond of the community part of having a practice, of course, there will be a closed Facebook group where I will encourage you to post when you've practiced so other people can see, so I can see, so I can cheer you on. I love to just be part of your practice, and I will be there all the time. You also get 5 live classes where we will be meeting the first time on Sunday at 4 o'clock, where if you're in my time zone. And after the live classes, there will be a Q&A. We will have first time, we will have a meet and greet, and then the next upcoming live classes, that time after, you will have the possibility to ask me questions, to get feedback. If there is anything you're working on, we will check up on what you've been doing since the last time, and so on. So the goal for this program is to make yoga a consistent part of your life, something that you can use, a tool that you can use to stay strong, healthy, and happy for the rest of your life. That is what I plan for yoga to do for me. So the benefits of these programs are, it's a clear path. You will get a schedule from me, you exactly what to do every day to get stronger and more flexible than ever before. And I can actually guarantee that I am, funnily enough, I was doing some stuff with my oldest daughter, she's 10, the other day, and realized that I'm like way more flexible than she is at whatsoever. I was a bit like, oh my God, you need to do some yoga. You cannot be my daughter without being able to fold forward. And you will learn how to be more present in your daily life. You will have improved physical strength, and that improved physical strength will help you be more confident in other areas of life. It's also magic with when you become stronger, physically stronger, you also become stronger in other areas. You become more confident at work, you become more confident as a person, you walk differently, you have a good posture, you take up the space, it's amazing how physical strength. I am not a big person, but I feel that I can always take on a room. I never feel small. I always feel that I take up as much space as anyone else. I can stand tall. I have a proud posture. And you will also have the benefit of aging without pain, which is great with yoga, because when you work like this, you work very not slowly, but very intuitively and very like carefully. You always listen into your body. I never encourage anyone to push beyond what feels good. I always encourage people to challenge themselves, but never push to whatever feels not good. Because you need to listen in, you need to build the strength, you need to build a foundation. But then when you have that, you don't get pain, because it's I'm just gonna say goodbye to Angelica. She's leaving. I can't even type now. Yeah. And it's a fantastic way to have less pain in your body. And I think that most people experience that when you age, you start to get a bit of a back pain. Maybe your hips are messing with you, your knees are messing with you. To me, yoga is the key to get rid of all of that, because it just takes away the pain, and you kind of get also protected from injury, since you build this deep strength. So the pros, it's a clear path to stronger, more flexible, learning to be more present, improved physical strength, building confidence, feeling less stressed, and learning to be more present and take time to relax. The cons is, of course, it's an investment in time and money. You don't know for sure it's going to work for you. And maybe this was the only time you practice yoga with me, and you don't know if you really like me as a teacher. So the price of this is today, it's $1,197 if you pay it all at once. If you feel that is too much, you can pay $450 for 3 months. So what you get is the 8-week program starting on Sunday, May 23rd, 5 live classes, the daily practice, the schedule, and the workshops, working towards first all the workshops of how to really get more benefits or more out of your yoga practice, and then working towards some sort of a common goal, probably the handstand. You can also get full access to my full yoga class library, which includes more than 50 or 60 yoga classes right now. So, and also that includes 3 bonuses. The first bonus is a one-on-one session. There are only for the 5 first to register. There are a few left, not many. And the second one, then if one-on-one class is that we spend 1 hour together on Zoom, and you get to work on whatever you feel like working on. We can do that after these 8 weeks if you want. If we have been working towards the handstand and you want private coaching, we can take that whenever you want to. Second bonus is super good because it's a 1-year-long membership in my monthly membership. And what that membership is that you every week you will get a schedule with 3 classes that I have curated that you should do during the week. So it's a schedule to keep on. You will keep doing the routine that you started doing this during the 8 weeks. And during that year, you're going to be having that schedule every week. And there is, of course, a closed Facebook group. And I'm already doing these memberships. They're working out so well. The groups are super encouraging, and people are just, they just keep doing so much yoga. And also in that membership, I encourage you to do 30 minutes of cardio every week. And I also have some, you get to check off when you have done any practice and so on. And the last bonus is lifetime access to my chakra bundle and my core program. And the chakra bundle is, of course, 7 nice videos, 1 for each chakra, super good classes, very varied, very funny and creative. And the core program, it's a 14-day with 1 video for 14 days. And the videos are about 5 to 8 minutes long. And those are my best core exercises. The core exercises that I use when I still use them every day pretty much, or in my classes. The ones that I use to help me to work towards a stronger yoga practice, a more advanced yoga practice, a handstand, getting the inversions and the arm balances, and having a super strong core. So they were kind of intense, 5 to 8 minutes. You can do them as a full workout one day if you are very short on time. They're super good. So Tribe First gets the one-on-one session. But I want to point out what this is not. This is not the online program that you stick in a folder and you never do. It's not what you're gonna just download for $49 and you're gonna have a bunch of videos that you will never do. Because I will be there every step of your journey. And I will hold you accountable to see that you stick to what you've committed to. I will be there if I notice that I haven't seen you in the community. I will reach out to you and see what's going on and put you back on track, because I'm very committed to your success. I really want you to, when you commit to this, when you invest this kind of money in yourself, then I want you to have the results that I promise that you should have. And I will make sure that you stick to what you've set yourself up to. And there's also, as I said, also already a lovely group of people that are waiting to inspire you and to be inspired by you. And just shortly, what my students say. This is Kristen McGee. She's a New York celebrity yoga and Pilates instructor. And I've been working with her on Zoom since last fall, working on advancing her practice and her handstand. And she says, Emily is truly such a talented, patient, and articulate teacher. Her dedication to her own practice shines through and inspires students to really want to grow and learn and give it their all. She is a yoga fairy. She's full of grace and kindness, as well as strength and determination. I feel her warmth and presence when we practice together, and always discover something new in my practice. So just shortly before we go, I want you just to know why I'm doing it. It's my passion for spreading yoga. When my first passion for yoga, that back in 2016 or something, came from practicing it myself and discovering all of my progress and discovering all of these things that I could practice towards and then actually in the end do. But nowadays, my passion for yoga is to spread it equally as much to spread it to other people. And I just love to see what yoga does to people. I have students that have come, for example, Diana, who is up second to the left in her split. She's 52 and she came, and a friend of hers brought her to my studio, and she was very hesitant. She tried yoga before, didn't like it. She came to my studio. She was actually quite hooked quite quickly. And now, as you can see, this was the first time ever in her life she can do a split. She's in my membership, and she decided for herself that 1st of January, she was going to do yoga for 100 days. And actually, she's still doing it. So she's far over 100 days now. And I think that is pretty amazing. And it shows what yoga can do to you. It becomes something that you really want to do every day. When you just practice with consistency, when you set your mind to it and you let yoga just do the job and just allow the things to happen in your life that yoga brings. So that is why I do this. I do this because of just seeing all of these women and the way yoga has transformed their life, just not just physically, but also their mental state, how they have grown as persons. That is why I want to spread even more. Alistair, welcome. Alistair, you're 1 hour too late. I'm sorry. Oh. So good. So, but what is the result for you? When after these 8 weeks, you will have a yoga routine that you will do for the rest of your life. Because as I said, it takes time and it takes to practice every day for a long time. And we're going to do it for 60 days in a row. So for sure, if you do those 60 days, I promise you, you will have created a routine and you will have been bitten by yoga. You will have been falling in love with your practice and you will keep doing it. You will know that how every day that how you can use yoga to feel great in body and mind. Because I always experience when I have had a super stressful day, when I'm feeling like, oh my God, my head is exploding. I just can't. The only thought I have then is like, please let me get onto my mat and just start to move, and it will all just rinse away. It's gonna dissolve. Everything is gonna disappear. It's like stepping onto my mat and moving. It's like a reset button. Then I step off and I'm more like, completely new person. I can just go from there. It's a new start. And that is the best, to have that tool, to know exactly what I need to do when I get into that state of stress or anxiety, or if I just have had too much of a rough day, too much stress in my day. To know that, to have that tool, to me, that is the best tool to have. You will also be able to age without pain. As we talked about, aging most of the time, it means an increased pain somewhere in your body. Maybe it's your shoulder, maybe it's your neck, but yoga will help you to get rid of that, because you move in such a very, what do you mean? Not like specific, but very planned, deliberate, maybe is the right word, way. And that really helps you to release any pain and also stay away from any injuries. And you will build confidence on and off the mat. In your work life, in your personal life, your family life. Yoga brings and builds a lot of confidence. And the extra bonus is that you actually get a super fit body. That's also nice. So, just a reminder of the price and what you get and the bonuses. So it's the 8-week program starting Sunday, and you get the 5 live classes, the Q&A sessions. You get me as your personal guide, standing by you every step of the way, being there for you, pushing you forward, helping you, giving you any feedback, answering all your questions. I will be there. You can ask questions in the Facebook group. You can ask questions on the Q&As. I will be there to help you and guide you forward. And it's also going to be, the community is also going to be there to help you. Maybe they have a similar problem. They maybe have a different solution than I have. So it's a great way to really step into that yoga practice world. And as I said, the daily practice, the schedule, I will decide. You will have a schedule every week, exactly what to do, the Facebook group, and also the full class library. If you any day prefer to practice longer than the 20 or 30 minutes that I suggest, you have full access to my library. You can pick anything there. There are so many classes, everything from 15 minutes to 55. And there are also a lot of tutorials. There's even like a kettlebell for yogis if you want more of a strength workout. There is so much to choose from, and so much fun. Like some more advanced stuff and some more soft stuff. Maybe feel like softening it out one day. So this is the final slide. I'm pretty proud. I've kept the hours not too long today. And so I will post the link and you will also get an email, of course. And I would love to see you. And if you have any questions, you can ask any questions in the chat now if you have any questions. And also, if you are up for a chat, maybe tomorrow or so, if you have any questions you want to actually personally talk to me, we can set up for a meeting. And also during some midday Sunday before this all starts, we can do that. So if you have any questions, just ask me and I will try to answer them as well. And I hope that it's super clear what this is. And I hope to see you joining someday, maybe already now. That would be fantastic. And I hope to be able to be your best guide on your yoga journey. And besides that, I wish you all a beautiful weekend and a beautiful Friday, and so much fun to have you here today. And for you who have been here every day of this week, Joanna, for example, you're still here. That is amazing to see. I'm so super happy to have you here. And we have been emailing already. And it's just been so much fun to do these 5 live classes and connect with you all. And I hope to see you soon again, and take care. Bye-bye. Namaste. Let us see that. And see if I can stop sharing and finish all this. Now I can say a personal bye-bye without the screen share. Bye-bye. Take care. I hope you have a nice day, and I hope